Kids don't stay on a wall.
With enough Velcro, they do.
With enough Velcro and duct tape, they would.
I say I've duct taped people to a wall before.
Yeah, duct tape I think works better than Velcro. Velcro is meant to rip off.
But it doesn't normally, if the force is going straight down, it normally doesn't if it's sideways.
Right, see, that's why you hang them from the wall and leave their feet so that they can't touch. That's why they can't push off to get away.
It's like the game shows where you jump on the trampoline and then try and stick to the Velcro
that
wall.
looks like fun!
I would love to do
that. I would love to do that. I've never jumped on a trampoline with like much gusto. I'm always just like it's always like a tiny little trampoline, which I'm already afraid that I'm gonna destroy. So I'm just.
No, you gotta get the big one and get like 3 of your friends jumping, and then you all launch like one guy onto the roof of your house.
I've never been on a giant trampoline.
No, you gotta do the jump off the roof onto the trampoline and launch the other guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You go right through it.
You gotta guarantee to make it on the trampoline.
A couple feet away. This way, when they launch, they land in the pool. Great diving contest.
There's an idea.
Great diving.
Hopefully they land in the pool.
Hopefully.
All right, everybody in? Okay, so what we got to do, I haven't done this in a while, so I have to come over here and come here. Let's see, I'm going to reset the cards, reset the chips. There we go. Y'all should have gotten a card in your chip.
I got 2 cards.
I also have 2 cards.
It doesn't get I reset them, but it doesn't. It got rid of
the old one, and it gave me 2. It's weird.
This is 2 different ones from the last game, for sure.
What? Let me see. What are y'all doing? Why you? It did.
I'd like to keep these 2.
No. I'm getting rid of them all. How can...
Water. I'll be right back.
Oh, no, I deleted... Come here, Alexander. Why the hell did you... Okay. Why can't I remove the chips ward? That's really weird. I don't want... I can't go in there and remove them without... I have to drag them... Oh, why can't they just let me...
Can't you just gather up the cards?
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought the reset adventure cards does. Reset them and shuffle them, but I don't think it shuffled them.
Oh no, it says the adventure deck has been shuffled, but it didn't gather cards.
Yeah. So why doesn't it award? Okay. I don't get it. I don't like it. See, because I have to pull them out of y'all's parties. But it cannot play any more adventure cards. Why can't he?
We can only play one at a time?
No.
One per game?
No. You could get them. Well, maybe someone else has to play one. Let's see. Let me see. If I do. Yeah, and then come over here and play his. No. Play after falling. I don't care. That. I don't understand.
Playing our cards wrong?
No, it's just you have to get rid of them. But it's not. Why can't I play more?
Resetting them again?
Well, if I reset them, let me see. Reset cards. Everybody's getting 2 cards.
Maybe is it because of our latest advance?
I guess
because we're seasoned.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
That's a possibility.
Because we're not novices anymore.
That's okay. Well, then okay. Well, then y'all's cards are good. Then if you get 2, you get 2. I didn't know that. There's lots I didn't know, but big surprise. Okay, so that got.
You actually have all fate chips in the bag again, except for the ones you just gave us?
Yeah, reset should do that. Well, let me see. I'm gonna. Why can't?
I remember it was I've got it written down. Here.
I'm trying to close. I'm trying to get rid of all y'all's decks. Okay.
Gather and reset for chips. This way,
Right.
it gathers all the chips that might have been played already.
Tools. Okay, so I'm gonna right mouse click. No. There it is. Gather all chips. Yeah. So everybody gets them, and then reset. Now that should give y'all chips. There we go.
Hey,
Okay.
I got the same 2 chips I had last time, so I'm good.
Marshall chips. I get 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now we're remembering.
That's why I wrote the stuff down, man. I mean,
Okay. So back to it then. And I need that over here so I can see those. I don't need the tools up. I need my chips though. Alrighty. Hunky dory. So do we remember anything from last time we played? Does anybody remember?
We found a Confederate strapped to a jetpack that had crashed. Or
Yes.
the doctor found a Confederate. Some people showed up to recover it. We killed half of them, and then the others surrendered. And then we ended up leaving it there anyways because we found some plans for the jetpack. And then we went back to the group, and now we're back at the
surrounded.
cattle, and about 70 or so of these people have
Surrounded.
shown up to have a nice chat with us.
Something like that, yes. So
Even though we listened to what they said and left the jetpack there so they could have their stuff. So I don't know why they're here. We left their jetpack for them, so.
I don't know why they could be angry. What could have possibly gone wrong?
That was
Maybe
self-defense.
Maybe they've come to apologize for shooting you first and then asking questions.
For real, they shot me first. I'm offended.
And then I blew their lieutenant's head off.
Mm-hmm. They shot me first. They started it.
Oh, was it Sergeant? What? It was our commander's head. I just
We may have
You destroyed that guy. He was a goner.
all
We
right.
are surrounded now.
You are surrounded, yes. So you have roughly, what would we say, 60 to 70? Said about 20.
I thought you said about 100.
Well, there's 25. They split off. So yeah, we're gonna say definitely 75 plus. There were three contingents came up. Yeah, 2 groups went around to both sides. Surrounding the cattle and all of the cowpoke hens, and then the other contingent is moving up towards y'all, and they are. You can see that they are guns are drawn, rifles are drawn. They are moving at a pretty good clip toward the front of the group where y'all are at with Sutter and Abby and the likes, and y'all are just waiting. Then, whoa, that's some serious spaghetti. What the hell? Okay, that's really loud. Hold on, I'm gonna bring that down a little.
What do they call that? A Jewish harp?
It sounded like it. One of them, yeah, the little bang, bang, bang. I used to play those things so you hit your teeth wrong, man. Man, that painful, man. Okay, so the soldiers move up on you, and they, like I said, the surrounding. You have got definitely. It looks like a group's coming towards you. There are several in the front riding. Looks as they're getting closer, they are in more of officer attire. And you will see a couple of those riding behind will be a few that 1 or 2 of the faces of the men that you let go, and they move up to the group and then kind of fan out to some degree, except for will be probably like 4 of them, including a couple of what looks like officers, come riding up to Sutter and the group and begin to Well, the question is, what are the four of y'all doing in this ride up? Are y'all going to keep yourself close to Sutter? What are you going to position yourself? What do you want to do? Let's start there.
Well, the doctor doesn't care. He stuffed the paper down his pants. It's completely hidden.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Hide and go seek.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that she would probably approach whoever's trying to come at them.
Well, I just want to say they're coming toward y'all as a group now. You can ride out in front of them if that's what you're saying. You want to meet them beforehand, sir. But Sutter, he's watching. Y'all gave him. I think y'all gave him a little bit of a rundown, somewhat of what happened out there, and understanding the shootout. And he is. If one of y'all are taking, a more active position in the discussions, that's fine. If not, then he is going to, he's basically motioning, let them come to us and let's see what they have to say. They outnumber us, definitely, 3-1 or better. And it wouldn't, the last thing he needs is the shootout to start with the Confederates, because he was actually going to he was going to be moving, he was headed up to the Confederate fort. Remember, there's up past this area. He was going to bring some cattle in and try to sell there. And if they're from the fort or in the area, then he has got a concern that he might, this might sour the deal, so to speak. Although y'all might have done that already. And then, so we're going to find out.
We didn't do it on purpose. So what's happening? They're coming at us then?
Yeah, they're coming they're coming toward, which be the contingent they could see was Sutter, because, after y'all are moving around. Now, the question is, we're making the rounds, moving, and taking y'all's position in the herd, where y'all at as far as being the cowhands and watching the herd and all that, seeing them ride up. The question is, do you, now that looks like the father's not going to engage. I mean, not father, but the doctor is not going to engage, or if he is, but they're moving toward what would be the head riders of the herd of the
with bad intent.
Well, they're definitely.
Or are they just being intimidating?
Well, they're using they definitely, you would think they're using the size of their contingent here to definitely shock and awe, but they've got the two flanking side, but this group's riding up, and we're Sutter and Avi, where y'all would be riding at the head of, the group. I'm just saying, are y'all going to join them there, or do you want to hang back? That's the question I'm trying to find out from from y'all as they move up.
I'd be right up with Sutter.
It's fine. That's what I'm wanting. Yeah.
I'll be hitting as well.
I guess the doctor will head up front. You might need his help.
He's not in the wagon, is he?
No, he's mounted on his noble steed.
He's not. Yeah, he's on a steed. He's not allowed in the wagon.
I must have missed that part.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing. No. Okay. So yes.
To go talk to whoever's coming up to, up to Sutter.
Yeah. So this group, basically what will happen is the group is moving up. Some of them will filter out a little bit and kind of flank out to the sides of the officers, and the officers will move up to Sutter and begin the question. First introducing themselves, and the main guy is a what's a lieutenant, major. I'm not sure. Sorry, Gary, you have to give me what's mid-rank officer status.
Huh.
Usually right around major colonel.
Major colonel. That's what I want. I want a colonel. We got a colonel with the group here. Okay, and the colonel, is looking at the individuals and begins to ask about as to Sutter if they know anything about the a gunfight that just took place over a ridgeline here with some of his officers and some of his men, and a couple of men actually they're pointing to a couple others. Sergeant. There's a sergeant there, and they're pointing at y'all. They recognize y'all, and the sergeant comes up and confirms that they recognize a couple of you from a couple of the low-hand men. Infantrymen recognize y'all from the fight, and the colonel basically kind of sits up in his saddle and he looks to his left and right, and they kind of tighten in a little bit with their and you see hands going to guns and rifles being looked at and moved right, and he says if these are individuals are what my men are saying were involved with the battle here and the shootout with my forces here, he wants to know why y'all felt it was necessary to engage with my men. They were on the lookout for a stolen bit of technological property of the Confederate government, and my men tell me that they saw your folk with this contraption and the man who stole it. Is that true? And Sutter kind of looks over to y'all to say, you guys want to answer this question?
Oh, well, you'll see what happened was we went to find the doctor. And yes, we were there. But after they showed up, they just started shooting at us. So we defended ourselves. Then we realized that they just wanted their thing back. So we left it there and just came back to the herd.
It is true.
It's still out there?
Yes.
He asked.
That is correct.
We left it exactly where it was. They told us that they didn't want us to take it, so we just left it for them.
Yeah, it belongs to the Confederate government. No property. It doesn't belong to anybody else. It was stolen by a spy. How do we know some of y'all aren't in with him? Just convenient that y'all found him out there, don't you think?
Well, how would you know we are with them?
Who found him? Which one of y'all found him?
I will begrudgingly point at the doctor.
Huh? What? Did you say something?
You found him, Doc?
Found who? What are we talking about again?
The man in that weird pack that was on fire.
The man with the very poorly designed rocket pack. Very, very bad. Your calculations are all wrong. Did you see where they put the inhibitor? No. Anyways, yes, he fell from the sky, and I went to look, and at first I was very excited, but your design is very bad. I would do it much better myself, but it was okay, I guess, for first try. You not look that bright. But anyways, we found it, but then the men came, and there was a shooting, and they said to leave it, and I didn't want to leave it, but then they were reminded me it was very, very bad, so we just leaves it. There was nothing. I would have made a better one.
So what you're telling me, Doc, is you think you can do better, huh?
Doc.
Well, of course. Do you not know who I am?
No, we don't.
Backwater bumpkins. I knew it.
Well, he looks back over to the sergeant and he says, take a squad, head back to where they said they found the, pack ad, and I don't know if they left their dead there or not. I can't remember what happened after that, but he says, go see
they left them.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
That's because they backed out after y'all killed half of them. That's right. So, yeah. So
they left as soon as I blew the leader's head off. I mean,
yeah.
You're saying that out loud? You want to say that out loud?
Oh, no. I mean,
I mean, they're
Okay.
gonna see it.
I was
but-
defending my friends, so
All right, and so Sergeant's going to peel off a squad of men, 5 or 8 of them, and they're going to clippity clop, up and over the ridge, they're going to head that way. It's going to take a while, but so the officer, begins to speak with Sutter, and Sutter, gives a little bit more information about who they are, who y'all are, and that they, where they're coming from, and that he was headed up to the fort and was going to try to offload some of the cattle. And the colonel, he says, well, you can deal with that with the supply sergeant up at the fort. I'm not sure. I don't keep track of any of that kind of stuff. I'm here patrolling the area, making sure, keeping the area safe, and helping out with they're kind of helping out with some of the rail line. They're with the Dixie rail line that's up there, and they're part of one of the kind of the security arm for this area for the rail line up there in the area for that group. And so, it's kind of day, kind of morning kind of shifts on a little bit hot, and he peels off a few of his men to go make the rounds, and they're checking in, and everybody seems to be fine. And the other group will come back, and they'll have the pack with them, and they let the sergeant lets the colonel know it seems to be here. And they've got the body of the dude that was attached to it, and they've got him draped over a horse, and he lets the colonel know that they'll need to take some more over there to go retrieve their dead. And the colonel, kind of looks over the group, and he gives the doctor another look one more time, since the doctor apparently seems to understand the mechanics involved and the science behind this. And he asks your name. What is your name again, good doctor?
My name is Dr. Ivan Neutrino Vesse. Emphasis on the Vesse.
And where? And he looks to the Sutter. And where, by chance, did y'all say y'all were headed? You head up to the fort, and where from there? And
we are going west to get the Ghost Rock.
Sutter says, well, we're heading up through there, and then we're gonna head up up to the northern Colorado, up toward Wyoming area to Wyoming. Trying to remember my geography. To offload the rest of the cattle to the market up there. And he goes, good. Okay, well, I want to make sure I understand where the group is in case we've got any more questions. And I'm pretty certain I just might, but I want to know where y'all are at. While y'all are in our territory, we're going to keep an eye on y'all. And he, kind of gives over a look, but Doc, you'll notice he's giving you the eye, and he looks over to a couple other dressed officers, and they are you can just say they're giving you a mental note. Yeah, well, they're interested in understand, let's just say they all are. It's a discerning look on the good doc.
Oh, by the way, Colonel, could you perhaps give us information on where we might find a monkey for our...
It's got to be the mountain air. It's got to be the mountain air. He looks over. It's the mountain air. Some of these folks come up through here just can't handle this high altitude. And he's asking for a monkey. Since when?
The doctor wants a monkey.
It is very important. You are playing with your little rocket pack, and I have bigger plans. Soon I will put men on the moon. But first I need my monkey.
Best of luck finding it, Doc. Best of luck finding a monkey in the area. I'm not sure what rock you'll have to look under to find any, because there are none in this area that I know of. Are you sure? You really need a monkey, Doc?
Well, I considered using the Thaddeus, but I think the monkey might be better.
I don't think Thaddeus wants to go to space.
No. Okay, well, so they just look at Sutter, make a few more mental notes. They all look y'all up and down a good bit, and they will then, he'll look to the sergeant. The sergeant blows a trumpet horn, and they begin to spin around, and they're going to head back over the ridgeline to where the dead are at, back over there, and you'll see the other two groups will basically form up and begin to head back and follow in the colonel and his main contingent. So yeah, Sutter he gets a leery eye over to the doc again. You're gonna get me in trouble one of these days, Doc. You're gonna get us in trouble one of these days.
I will.
What are you talking about?
I'll lean into Sutter and whisper, "Why do you think I told the colonel that he wants a monkey? Maybe they'll think he's crazy and doesn't know nothing."
He's crazy, all
right.
I
was whispering it so that the doctor couldn't hear it.
Okay. All right. Well, the Sutter will get everybody mounted up, everybody back in line, and he will say, well, let's head on. We're gonna the next stop of this trip is Dogleg. It's a little town called Dogleg, and he well, what is it? Oh yeah, he sent two he sent he sent two of his cowpokes on up ahead to get some stuff in line and all that, and get ready for the group coming in, and you're all going to ride that way. And he go ahead and there's forming stuff up, and he's kind of, as y'all riding along, you spend some time. Sutter he's been pondering it over, and his confrontation, he's not certain now that he even really, as though he was counting on the Confederate fort to be a spot where he could sell off some of the cattle. He's kind of soured on that idea now. He's wondering if, with everything that's gone on and all that, it's maybe best to continue the run on up north with the main herd, and just let the Confederate just bypass the fort now that's kind of soured, and dealing with them, and knowing that there's another rail line in the area, that he's already had one bad run-in with the Bayou Vermilion group, and now with the Dixie Rails, he's kind of he's thinking seriously and hard. And him and Abby basically, and Luke, kind of get into a little bit of a heated discussion about what they should be doing. And you can tell that it's just been the time on the trail, and moving on is taking a toll on everybody. But he, while they're debating, he looks to the four of y'all and he says, "Try your best not to get us in any more trouble, but head on up. If y'all head on up and out ahead of the group up to Dogleg, check in with the two I sent up there and kind of help start. They've got a list of supplies, other things that we're going to need, and help situate them so we can get on in there and move out as quickly as possible." He's wanting to kind of keep the head moving, and doesn't want to spend much time, since y'all had this and then the layover at the little trading post and and that stuff that went south there. He's just getting the feeling that luck is turning on him little by little. And
but he could always see if the doctor could work for the fort a little bit, maybe smooth things over. That would never go bad, right?
Well, we'll find out. But he says he's going to check in with, he's going to get, keep the herd moving. He's going to point y'all in the general direction. He says Dogleg, is not that far. it's not a settlement too far off from here. Head up that way, and he points in a general direction, and gives you a map area. And he tells you it's not too hard to miss. It's a small settlement of about 100 people, but check into the general store area, and we'll get in there, and we'll post up outside of town. Once we've got the herd all settled in and all that, but make your way on up there and check things out, check in with the boys, and make sure they've got all the supplies lined up, and we'll be along shortly. So y'all are awesome cowhands, and y'all say, sure, boss, we're gonna go.
I don't know, sir. I think that the caravan, the run might actually need us here to protect it.
Well, I need somebody, head on up there. You can stick around if you want, but I need a couple of y'all to head on up and get things in line for the main contingent once we get in close to the settlement.
Well, perhaps I can help.
Sure.
I don't mind going up ahead.
Okay.
All right, I'll ride on up ahead.
Okay. Dr. Versailles.
Rebecca is always ready for a ride.
So Thaddeus,
He's
you're
gonna reach into his pants though and pull out that blueprint and go back to work.
Thaddeus, you're gonna hang around the herd.
I was just trying to throw a wrench in your plan.
Yeah, we're gonna throw a wrench. I was gonna woo choo choo. It's the railroad, baby. The Duffy Railroad. Woo doo doo. Okay. All right, so y'all move. So y'all take. You get a hard ride, and you'll pull into this little settlement. And basically, as y'all are riding in, you can see there's a livery area. Looks like possibly a saloon, the way it's situated. There's a general store, and it looks like a couple other small little buildings in it. And then you've got what you think also is the marshal's office. But what you catch is that there's very little movement. You'll see a time or two a kid or cur dog or someone will make their way across a street area behind a building and all that, into the livery. But you don't see a lot of activity.
Okay.
Go figure.
I'll head over to the livery and buy 3 pounds of liver.
You mean the general store?
No, livery.
And buy 3 pounds of what?
Liver.
Liver. Oh, I thought he said liquor.
Oh my God.
I thought he said liquor. I was like, what? What? That's a general. His character wants to die.
Monday night.
Oh no, he was railing on me. He was messing with
Monday.
me last week, so I haven't been able to return the favor. We didn't play, so he maybe thought I forgot, but I don't forget. Not with him. So
Monday Punday.
that's right. So are you? So well, yeah. So what y'all y'all can kind of see it's definitely a small establishment, not a lot of activity. The bristles on the back of your neck, your hairs kind of stand up a little bit. Something's off. Go figure.
It reminds me of Coffin Rock when we first arrived.
Yeah, but this is definitely smaller. Not even where near the size of Coffin Rock.
Does anyone else feel something odd? 1 second. Maybe that capacitor is loose again.
Please don't zap me, Doctor. Please.
We're here to look for the 2 cowhands that he sent ahead.
Yeah, they were supposed to head on into the general store.
Supplies.
That's right.
Yeah, I guess we'll head to the general store and see if we can recognize anybody.
There's no one around in the streets at all.
Now, you don't see a lot of activity. No, you'll see someone move every now and then. There's not saying there isn't any, but you don't have a bustling even for 100 people. It's a small settlement, but there, would be normal town folks sitting on the porches, or you would have, some kids playing or some traffic, wagons kind of moving through. But there's not much at all.
Okay.
But
How
y'all
many canines are wandering around?
Couple of cur dogs, So You said
do they have all their legs?
Yes, they have all their legs. Yeah. I'm not even, pal. So general store?
Yes, general store. See if we can recognize any of the people we were.
You hop, pull up, dismount, and you can, walk into the store. It looks, and it seems to have a nice, it's definitely got supplies. Doesn't look, barren at all, but all that you see is a man and a woman. Looks like the shop owner and his wife are kind of, he positions himself around the counter, and you see her get up as y'all are walking in, and she kind of backs up and she kind of puts herself, what's up, Tombstone? She looks like she was sewing something and all that, and she kind of, gets up and positions herself. She kind of moves to the back of the room where it probably look where because they have a stairwell, and possibly they stay on the second floor, live there. And he just kind of nods. Y'all walk in, but he's watching. And
hello.
Good day to you. What might you be looking for today?
I am here for a monkey and some ghost rock. Thank you.
Hi, Doctor. I have already told you we cannot buy these things at the store.
Oh, I'm sorry. We are to get their stuff first, and then we will get the monkey and the ghost rock.
See. We are looking for a couple of compadres. Have you seen them? Do I know who they are?
You give him the names, and he asked, would they have been in here? Would they have come in here yesterday? And that's, yeah, they would have.
Most likely.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if that's who I think it is, wrote in here, they are, you'll find them over in jail in the marshal's office. They were arrested yesterday.
What?
Do we have to kill another marshal?
Ooh.
Yeah, you should go over there and ask the marshal. Marshal.
See,
all right, I will get the body bags.
What's the marshal's name, by the way?
I'm sorry. Rest of the town's marshal. His name is.
If it's Bryce, he's getting shot in the face.
No. His name is Marshal Wilcott.
Wilcott. Okay. Dios mío.
All right, so we'll head to the jail and talk to the marshal.
The doctor will straighten his colander and pull out his shotgun. Okay, I know how this goes. We have done this before.
Oh no! Don't put it away for now. We don't need that.
We don't need the monkey business at the moment, Doc.
All right.
Are you sure?
See.
Pretty sure. We'll see once we see how this goes. If we need the monkey business.
Okay. He'll put down his shotgun and he'll wave to the store owner. Okay, thank you. We will be back later.
Pay no mind to the doctor. He's a little special. It's okay.
I'm pretty sure there's something wrong with him, but
that's yeah. Y'all, good day to y'all. Thank you very much. Bye bye. He kind of just he just kind of waves at y'all. Bye bye. And y'all look over, and y'all can see right down this, from the streetway, not that far. There's a it's unremarkable wooden building, but what you'll see painted on the kind of over the the porch area and all that, it's kind of crudely painted though. It just says these big words, just one big word, Marshall, atop the door, and a big sign.
All right, that's where we're going.
y'all head that way.
Is the
maybe
door locked?
Well, you don't see. There's a couple horses out front.
Uh-huh.
You will. Let's see.
I would imagine I still have the badge that I was wearing in Coffin Rock, right?
If you so desire, sure.
Yes, I desire to have the badge with me.
You desire. All right.
I mean, I was acting marshal there, so I should have at least a badge. I didn't turn it in case I had to come back and pick up where I left.
Okay, why? Come here. Boom. Why is the map not loading? Oh, come on. Damn it. Come on.
Oh, waiting for it.
I know. Oh my. I'm waiting. I'm having to grab the damn corn. There we go. Why can't I grab? I'm trying to resize Fantasy Grounds a second, and it won't let me. There we go.
Yay, map's loaded.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see it.
There we go. For some reason, it loses its mind every time. Okay, much better. Okay.
Holy crap, those are some huge horses.
Well, yeah,
That's a 30-foot horse.
yeah, yeah. It's supposed to be a little bit bigger. I know. It's so.
Cracky, look at the size of that thing. I'm gonna grab it.
Okay, it's a map I found. You smart asses. So
This is now Jurassic Park, only with horses.
Oh my gosh.
Well, this thing could kill me in one bite. I'm gonna grab its head.
I can't have nice things on my show. Just can't. All right, y'all can make me some notice rolls.
Sure.
Do we see the horses?
There's not horses there. I'm gonna Photoshop them out tomorrow.
It's like two people exploded the rolls.
Yeah, basically all you'll notice is that there is that none of the windows and the doors and all that, there's any type of reinforcement or anything on them.
It's a raggedy building.
Yeah, exactly. And you see the door to the marshal's office, right there. It's like it said, you don't see inside. I didn't map, scale it over, whatever. But the door is slightly ajar.
I won't say it.
Yeah, I don't think that we technically.
I will pin my star inside the duster and with it hanging out just slightly so that I'm noticed as that he can, if he's smart enough to see, he'd be able to see the star.
Whoops! Gosh darn it!
Oh.
That's me. I hit the wrong button. Open it back up. Why? Come on. Ooh. I think I'll have to scale this map down just a little bit. I didn't actually delete the mask. Okay. All right. So what are y'all doing now?
Once I've got my badge situated just right, I'm going to walk to the door and you said it's a jar.
It is open. Yep.
I will walk up and kind of poke my head in.
You'll see basically there is this gentleman, even though he is a marshal. I'm not sure they said Marshal Wilcott, but they've got his picture as a deputy. This gentleman is sitting behind a desk, and he's got his feet kind of propped up, and he hat kind of down, kind of snoozing a little bit. And at the table you'll have two more, looks like they are deputy types. Ignore the guy passed out on the table. He'll get photoshopped out too next week. Kind of, one's is they got some cards. Other one's kind of, whittling at a stick. And then you see a door in the back that looks to be, it's a jail door, but it's closed,
All
That's
right.
about it.
Seeing this, I'll knock on the door real hard and walk in.
Okay. Yeah, you just kind of see them all, Wilcott just kind of stretches his arm a little bit, and he pushes his hat up and all that, and he, in his little surly voice, what you folks want?
Well, Marshal Wilcott, I hear that you have some new acquisitions in your jail cell.
Oh, that we do. Yes, we do. Why you be asking us? Why do you care?
Well, I'm here on official business, and I'll kind of push the vest aside a little bit so you can see the badge. We're actually here to transport these fellows back to their home city.
You got any paperwork proving it? They just got arrested yesterday. How the hell would you know they're even here?
In their trail since, they left.
What trail was this, son? Who are they?
Well, I've been on their trail since Coffin Rock, which is where I'm from. And
who are they then?
I will tell them. I will tell them their names because you never told us. So
Yeah. You give a couple of names and all that. And what are their crimes that you're so interested in them? I'm assuming you've got some transfer papers or some type of warrant.
I never said there were. I never said there was any crimes. I said I was tracking them from Coffin Rock. You see, they were at the front of the herd that I was helping escort.
Oh, so you're with this large contingent of this herd that's coming up through that they say they work for. You're part of this group.
That is correct.
Well, then you see, we've got us a little problem. These fellas came in here busting up the place yesterday. I mean, my boys had to take them into custody for the good of the town, you see. Before we can let them go, we're going to need restitution for the damages that they inflicted upon the local establishments. Someone's going to have to pay up for the damages, you see.
The doc will come in and tap him on the shoulder. Is this where we bring
I
out
have
the
a
monkey
feeling he's
business?
lying. What do I roll to figure that out?
You...
Oh, doctor,
Would
keep
that
your
be
monkey
notice
business down.
or?
Yeah, you can make a notice roll, certainly.
We wait for the monkey business. We wait.
Let me go ahead and spend a Benny on that.
So he's while you're chatting, and you didn't see much evidence moving into town of anything busted up.
That's what I'm thinking. So
It's gonna cost
Marshall.
y'all $250 per man to secure their release.
Here's my first questions first here. What exactly did they bust up here, Marshall?
That's for me to know and for you to pay, friend. You're in my jurisdiction, so that's how it
here's
works.
the issue, Marshall. I don't see any damage around the city, so
I don't care what you
either
see. I don't care.
either A,
Listen
you're
to me.
lying,
Well,
or B, it's a racket of you find outsiders and you make their friends pay to release them.
be that
Which
it is
one is
may, friend. I'm the law here, And the law says that it's $250 per man to release them back to you. That's how it works. Now, since you seem to be one that, sent here you said to free them, then you should get back to your boss and let him know that that's the terms of them being released.
Orale, Thaddeus. They sound like a bunch of pendejos.
Yes, they are. So,
unless you got something better.
Let's step outside and have a chat.
No, I'm not stepping outside anywhere. You're talking to them. Gotcha.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. You go right ahead. We'll be right here. And you'll see the deputies now, they get up and they both begin to move back toward the cell. And they actually pick up some greeners and, and Wilcott looks back over to them, and then he just kind of, he repositioned himself. Now he's got a gun over there, and he's, but he leans back a little bit in his chair and he nods to them, and they let y'all go off.
Well, Father Dr. Cynthia, I think we may have to institute some aggressive negotiations.
The doctor reports the monkey business. You mean it is time for the monkey business now?
It might just be, Doctor.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not lie, cheat, and steal either, which is what these guys are doing.
But it is not us to decide their fate. That is for the Lord.
Why not, instead of using the monkey business, we try to break them out, como se dice, real silent-like? Perhaps we can wait until nightfall, and then go in and break them out. See?
Well, I guess we could do that.
That way, we can have what we need, and then take care of them as we see fit.
And while y'all are chatting and all that, y'all will get, you will notice the store owner and all that. He is trying to get y'all's attention.
Oh.
The general store owner?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. So I guess we will. I'll head back to the general store.
Let's see what he wants.
Well, might as well go back.
We'll see what the general store owner.
Yeah, and he motions for y'all in, and he's like, "What are y'all doing? Y'all need to get out of here before Galt and the rest of his gang shows up." So y'all have heard of Galt's name before, and
yes, we have.
that was with the brothers, the Fairley brothers. And originally they thought y'all were part of Galt, and then he trying to tell you basically it's bad news that's been in the area lately, and it's taken over the town. He's taken over. He's run roughshod over people. He basically says that he's part of security, and he's handling issues for the Black River Railroad, and they're trying to make ways into running off the other rail lines in here and taking over this territory. And the store owner says you're playing with fire. Galt's got too many men, and you're going to cause any more of a dust up around here. It'll be bad for us. It'll be bad for you. He's not one to be trifled with. And he goes, there were this, your men got arrested. Unfortunately, I did not see what they were doing outside, but Wilcott took them in, busted them up pretty good, and jailed them. But, Wilcott is just a lackey for Galt, but I wouldn't go poking that hornet's nest if I was y'all, because Galt's got probably 30, 40 plus raiders on his crew at any time, and they'll come in here and they'll destroy everything before they ask questions. Please, whatever you do, just leave.
Has to be another way. We cannot leave without our compadres.
Well, if he wants you, if you've got money, then pay it.
No.
You see, the $250 a person, which is $500, mind you. You see, I could use 3 bullets and only have to waste $3.
That might be fine in the short term, but you will be on the wrong end of the stick with Galt and his men.
Oh, do we need a bigger stick? I can make you a bigger stick. 1 moment. The doctor's gonna go to Rebecca and be digging his saddlebag.
So these people that you're talking to, was that when I was not here?
Fairley Brothers.
I don't remember that.
That was a couple sessions ago. It was the brothers that y'all were riding, and you were going to take the cattle through their farmland.
Literally bullshitted them.
Yeah, bullshit with bullshit.
So that was the day that I was gone. No one.
Yeah, she wasn't here for that day.
You may have missed that one. Yeah. So the Fairley Brothers. Yeah. So yeah, he bullshitted it out there with some rolls. And
literally
fertilize. They're going to fertilize the land is basically what he said was going to happen, and the guys bought it. But he warned you about this Galt character.
Yes, he did. So it appears that we might have to liberate another town from corruption.
Ay, pues, what shall we do? Shooting them will bring them more problems with this gang and these bandits. Ay, Dios mío, como odio los
So I'll turn to the shopkeeper and ask him, do you know where Galt makes camp?
The doc would like to run in and steal Santia's hat and then run back out.
Oh gosh!
I'm firing this, and then runs away.
Yeah, he'll tell you that he has no. He knows that they have some campsite somewhere, but he has not ventured anywhere out of town at all, where he keeps his crew.
She's gonna chase after the doctor.
Because I'd much rather put a bullet in Galt's head to protect this town from retribution. What a conundrum.
Well, you got to make sure please, because we've already dealt with them killing, Galt. It's not been maybe a month or so ago that he rode in here, big band of marauders, and the marshal tried to stand up to him, and they just shot him down. They gunned him down in the street. And Wilcott is, one of his henchmen, put him in charge here to watch all that's going on while they're taking care of whatever other business they do in the area. But they pretty much have the run of the town. And
now is it just the three in the?
That's all you've seen. That's all you've seen is those three there.
I'm asking. Yeah. I'm asking the.
He died. No, I don't. He has no idea. He said the guys have come in and out of there all the time, and when y'all were riding in, there was a couple that were there, and they actually rode out when y'all were coming in. But, if, between Galt and having the backing of the Black River Railroad, you're asking for a whole heap of trouble to put lead in a couple of them. You'll get more than you can bite off. More than you can chew. Who brings that load to bear?
I think.
And how far away? How far away are we from the actual caravan, the cattle drive?
Well, they're moving toward y'all, so I'd say within the next few hours, they're going to be. You probably can see some of the dust moving already into town.
I would suggest that one of us ride to the cattle drive and inform Sutter what's going on. See if he might have any suggestion. Because I'd rather walk right back into that martial office and shoot all three of them in the face and be done with it. Both me and character.
That has consequences. Actually, I'm not in this conversation. I started chasing the doctor because he stole my hat. So.
And he's currently over at Rebecca. He's wiring something into your hat. Oh, this will be glorious! I can't wait to see how it works.
It's like, "Hi, doctor, what are you doing? ¿Qué pasa? What is going on?"
One moment! I'm almost done! It will be glorious.
Father Alejandro, would you mind riding back to inform Sutter what's...
Did you just tell me your plans before asking me this?
Yes, I told you that we needed to have somebody go back to.
I'm talking about shooting all three of them in the face and then being done with it.
Did you tell him you were going to do
Were you
that?
speaking that in character?
No, I was not speaking that in character.
Hey, you gonna go around back real quick?
Oh my gosh! Like you don't want to tell the father that you're going to shoot somebody.
I know there should be a peaceful solution to this, somehow, some way, but definitely would suggest sending somebody back to inform Sutter what's going on before we take any kind of action.
I'll ride back and let them know. Don't do anything stupid.
You've got a couple hours to ride. You know that you've got to go.
Okay.
All right. So split the party.
Yay!
So Father Alexander
with the doctor and
Father Alexander takes off. So
Hey, do I have my 5 people following me around yet?
Oh, that's right.
Damn it! I thought I was going to
forgot
forget.
about that. He has disciples.
I didn't forget.
Damn it!
Forgot about that.
So you're gonna you will. So this is the first time you've come across anybody since that's happened, right? You did it, y'all. We've had the Confederate fight when y'all leveled up, right? So
it was at the end of the Confederate.
Yeah, so you might have noticed a couple of individuals in town, that were kind of gravitating towards you, but you haven't got them yet. Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, so you got to. They seem to be drawn to your essence, Father Alexander.
Okay.
They stood on the patios and the porches of these couple of small establishments, looking at you, pointing at you, whispering to each other.
And,
God, I've got to deal with that. Totally forgot about that. Oh my!
At least the stat blocks are in the
yes,
the DLR.
Once I see that the doctor is done doing what he's doing, I will gather the rest of the group and inform them what's going on. I.e., we're heading back to Sutter's real quick and seeing what's going on. I just wanted to send Alexander ahead of us.
That's fine, Thaddeus. That's fine. But I don't know what's going on with my hat. Por favor, doctor, dame.
The doctor will be done. It only takes 6 seconds. He'll turn over and hand your hat.
Oh
It is
my.
very good, but if things get a little colorful, just you see this right here? You just poke this right here. You'll be fine. Here you go. Puts it on your head.
Ah. Okay, doctor. Pero si algo pasa. Si algo pasa.
All right, and
Does Thaddeus come out and join us at the horses?
I think
Doctor,
so.
I
for him too.
Yeah.
yeah, I came out to get you guys so we could go back.
He'll motion
I
you over.
just
Oh,
sent
Thaddeus,
Alexander ahead.
Thaddeus. I have something for you too, for your little problem. Here is a little blue pill for you. I'm sorry. You do not look. She did not see. It's okay. Here's a little blue pill. When the time comes, and you'll know when the time comes, you take the little blue pill, and you'll hand him a little blue pill. You're the one who wanted to change to the Suede stuff. The consumables and pills and potions are actually part of the doctor's new stuff.
Unbelievable.
Oh, lovely.
I will take the pill and put it inside my duster pocket. The inside duster.
You will like it. It is very good. It will make you very. You will like it. Duff, do you want me to send you a message with all these things do?
Yes, please. Yeah, you damn well know it. I'm looking. Let me prepare now while I've got minions now to roll into play here. Yeah, what's up, Matt? Yeah, yeah. So, really, my wife loses control of the dogs every time she goes downstairs with them. It's amazing. The blue pill. This is Savage Worlds. We got blue pills. We got something's done to Santia's hat. Oh, here's.
Yep.
And I still have 3 sparkly
Actually-
bullets.
I mean, I could tell them if you want them to know. It doesn't matter.
No, you're gonna find
No, I
out.
like
no,
surprises.
I mean, that is up for you to reveal. So you play this however you want it, Doc. So I'm stepping out of the way on that one. So
I don't mind surprises. They're
4 sparkly bullets.
yeah, he's still got the sparkly bullets. So how long do those last? The sparkly bullets.
That was the old setup, and they technically last until used.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
So-
Okay, he's got sparkly bullets. Yeah, bullets that go ping, sparkles. Yeah, it's the Savage Worlds, the Wild West. What did I get myself involved with?
You'll love the last one.
Oh God. Okay. Well, so we're going to Father Alexander headed off. You know, he's got about an hour's head start on y'all while y'all were finishing up your discussions there, and the doctor was doing his contraption work on Santia's hat and reaching around in some of his play alchemy set, and he brought up a. Is it a sparkly blue pill or is it just blue?
Just blue. I have no idea.
Oh,
what
it's supposed to be
it looks
sparkly.
just like the blue pill you're thinking of, though.
Okay.
So I guess I should add that to
And
my
you know what?
inventory.
It has a V on it.
Yes,
To the
yes,
main-
it
It's
does.
got a V on it, maybe.
For Morse.
No,
Let me see if I can find it.
It's got a V on it.
Yeah.
With a smiley face.
Let's see.
At least
oh, here you go.
Not have a smiley face on.
It's not just a regular V. It's a V100 apparently.
A V100. Okay. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Funny stuff. All right. So then y'all, but the point was, after that, and getting that, then y'all were going to turn around and y'all were going to leave. Y'all were going to go head back toward the Sutter and the. Holy moly.
The cattle drive, yes.
The cattle drive. Thank you. Derp. I'm just like losing my brain. The drive. And find them following behind you. Weren't going to do anything else in town. Is that correct?
Right. There was a couple of reasons why I sent one ahead first. The main reason being that I wanted, him to get time ahead to get there just in case anything happened to us. And the second reason being I wanted to see if anybody was following him.
So, y'all, two things are going to happen. Father Alexander, you're going to get in when you keep riding, you expecting that you would have run into them. That you're gauging time, distance, and all that, and where you were expecting to see the herd and the group, you do not. And you continue riding on, and you basically will take the full ride back. And when you kind of come up into the valley area where the herd was at, there's not much around. You're going to find there's a few head of cattle. There are definitely some dead head of cattle. You're going to see Abby and Luke. They have got a few of the other men are dragging bodies over to a central area, and a couple more is trying to gather up what herd is left. And there are not many, maybe 20 head, 30 head. Most of the cattle are gone. And you're going to ride up, and they're going to, first they basically turn and you see them reach for their guns and all that, but then they recognize that it's the father. And Abby, she basically, you see her shoulder slump, and she goes, did you see anything on your way back toward us? I'm assuming, where's the rest of don't tell me y'all have run into bad luck too. Is everybody else dead with you, Father?
No, they're back in town. They were taking care of a couple more things. They just wanted me to come back and inform y'all of what we found in town. What happened here?
She says it wasn't shortly right after y'all were gone. About 30 raiders attacked the herd, and unfortunately cattle rustled the herd, shot a good many of the crew. And you've got, there's only a couple of that look like they're intact. There are several dead, and a few more of them are, they've kind of erected some shade areas and some tarps and all that. There are definitely several that are hurt, a good number of them. And she, and they've got my father too. And Luke is like going, yeah, they rode against the sunlight on us, and we didn't even have a chance. They were quite skilled. This wasn't just any type of simple rustling. They moved in with pretty good precision and knew how to take out the leads, and engaged us and took my dad with the rest of the herd and rode off, and she'll point west with the group.
Oh boy.
In which way was the town?
Y'all were staying northeast.
They went to the west.
Neon, what's that? But $70 $2,000. Yeah, we're in the weird west. We have no idea what they're gonna run for. Well, we don't know. But now it's problem with now Sutter is gone, and Luke and Abby, are, the father, they basically point for you, to help out, to tend some of the wounded while they're kind of compiling and getting the dead, and, and the ones that are, a couple of that are able to ride at least, are trying to wrangle up what herd, is left. But the group, they were just about the numbers more than trying to get everything. They, came in, bunched up the cow, shot up the place. One of these guys, a brute looking dude, rode at my dad, knocked him out, and took him. And then, while you're doing that, y'all spend some time, and then the three of y'all will then come up over, and y'all will see some of the same scene. And you'll see Father working in a tent area.
as I see it, I'm going to yell, "Damn it, I knew we should have stayed with the group."
Oh boy.
And they see all riding in, and she relents. She basically repeats the same story of what's happened. And Luke and Abby, are chatting, and Abby says, we've got to go get my father. He's the only family I've got left. And this herd was his last ditch with him and Prater's, the money to put aside to rebuild their town and put things back in order. We've got to go get them. And Luke's going, "Are you crazy? They most definitely outnumber us now, and we have we have no idea how many of them there truly are. It's a suicide mission." And Abby is, she doesn't care. "That's my father you're talking about." And Luke's like, "Well, maybe we can go to another town and maybe get the authorities. What about Dogleg? Maybe we could talk to the deputy of the sheriff and marshal there."
Oh,
Marshal's
no.
corrupt.
What do you mean he's
Don't
corrupt?
talk to,
Should I say?
don't talk
Where
to
are
that
the-
pendejo.
Where are the other two that you're all supposed to go get?
Marshal, he wants to charge $250 a piece to release the two, which he said that they were causing a ruckus, and I highly doubt that. And then we had the shopkeeper inform us that he is part of a gang.
Well, that gang is then
yeah.
had to have been what just got us.
That's my thoughts. So I guess we head west and find them and kill them all.
The doctor will go up to the father and be like, "Father, I have a present for you. One second,
God.
I have it here somewhere." He'll pull a pill out of his pocket. Go, "Oh, pocket lint." There you go, all clean. And he's gonna hand this pill over to the doctor or to the father.
Very good.
Thank you.
Do not worry, it is not like the little blue one. I do not think you had that problem, but just in case, I went ahead and made it very special for you. You will enjoy it. It will be impressive. Oh, you will inspire, yes? Huh.
And what, may I ask, does this do?
Do not tell anybody, but it will make you bigger, huh?
I'll keep that in mind.
Do not worry, it will be very impressive. You will like, I promise.
I will thank him and go back to attending the wounded inn.
Oh, God.
RPG photo section. What did you put here? That's funny. Oh my gosh. I just saw the post. Alright. So what's the... so Abby and Luke will have this argument for a while, listening to y'all, and Abby, she hears Thaddeus, and she's like, "Yes, we could kill them all. There's no way, But Luke is like going, "You're crazy. I'm not, I didn't come out here to die on this trail. There's too many of them, and the precision at which they rode in and shot up the place and what they're doing means they're not just a standard vagabond of outlaws. There's more to them than meets the eye, and I say that we get more allies. There's got to be somewhere we can go, get to the next town, telegraph, send out, get some other authorities. We've got to be able to have some help on this, or you're going to have to pay for your father, and I don't know where you're going to get the money if they want a ransom for
I don't know if
him.
we can afford that kind of time. I do not know what those pendejos at the marshal's office will do to our compadres. They might kill them before we get a chance to do anything.
Now,
Right, right.
here's my opinion on this. You take out the leader, and the rest generally scatter.
We cannot let him die. He has to pay me the money. You said I could use the money to fight Zogosra.
Right. But, I mean, just like back, a couple days back when those guys shot at us and, I shot their leader. What happened? Now, granted, they came back with, 100 plus of their battalion and we're fine, but as you can tell, you take out the leader, 90% of the time,
You're willing to risk Luke's going, you're willing to risk everybody's life for a theory based on a group that we've never met?
You guys are out of this. It's going to be us.
Sí, no te preocupes.
That's what we were hired for.
Yeah, Abby's looking at it. They go, hold on. You're talking about my father's life here. We got to think this through. Just right, I want to go get him and all that, but we got to have a plan. We're gonna, maybe Luke's right. Maybe we need some help with this. There's not enough of us to last, and we don't even know where we're going.
If it is numbers you need, I have a solution.
Oh, God help me if I'm going to ask you, Doctor, what solution is...
I also have an idea on that. I also have an idea.
He's going to pull out that last thing I listed in the list and start winding it up.
Oh, God help me. Where is it?
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
If you won't give it to him, he will get his own.
He's going to get one. Oh, Lord, help me. When are you going to do this?
Well, I guess he could show him off now and then rebuild it later. It only takes 6 seconds, apparently, to build powers with now.
So he basically, you see the doctor's mad at work inside his saddlebags again, and he's finishing... as there's arguments going on, you'll then hear, and he will yell out, and you'll turn and look, and sitting on his shoulder is iron mechanical monkey.
Ah! You have the monkey!
It is only a prototype. It is not the real one. Look, the thumbs, they are not quite right.
Well, at least now you have some kind of monkey.
So, the interesting monkey aside, we do have a Confederate outpost just down the road. Maybe we can inquire for help there.
Perhaps.
I'm sure they know that what we're capable of. They'd be able to help us. I mean, they've seen us in action.
Luke, so Luke, what you're doing, he'll pull out a map and all that, and he's kind of pointing around. He's got, you'd have to ride farther south, which is, it's time either way to try to get back toward the fort, which is going to be a day override. Then you've got Dogleg, which is a few hours, and then he says off farther back east. South of Dogleg, inside a day's ride, is another town that looks to be called Exposition, is another town name. And he's showing that they possibly have a telegraph office there, because it looks like it's part of a rail line junction area. And if anything, we should at least get an alert to the authorities that this is going on before we do anything else. For God's sake, let's at least establish who the hell we are if we're going to go in on any other type of plan and tell at least the law of the area that it's which is the law that we're at least the good guys and that we've at least got this case and the ability to go retrieve what is ours under law. Don't you think?
Well, if we go to the Confederate fort, I suppose we can do that.
Isn't that days away?
The fort's definitely farther away than the other two places. Well, you know Dogleg, but you Dogleg, you don't know. There's nothing there. It was barely even.
Dogleg's out.
Yeah.
Dogleg is out.
So the only other place is the town of Exposition.
Town of Exposition.
Yeah, it's another settlement area, but bigger. It looks like it's established off of. It's definitely got a rail line that's going through it. So they would have more there.
As Luke is still looking and talking and all that stuff. Talking to us.
He's looking at the map, looking at y'all. Yeah. Yep.
As he's looking at the map and looking at us, I'm going to unpin my badge and put it in my pocket.
Okay.
Because apparently he's, oblivious to the fact that I was, sheriff / marshal of cop.
Well, he doesn't. Yeah, but he hasn't given a damn. He's there to ride. He's there to ride the. Yeah. So I mean, you've had the badge around some and all that. But he wants real authorities.
Do I notice a growing yellow streak down this boy's back or something?
No, he doesn't want to get. He's not a gunfighter.
So he's got a huge yellow streak down his back. Gotcha.
Then we should go to this
definitely a little bit on the back and maybe a little bit on the belly.
He's not listening to you.
Should we go to the town?
Why are we going to the town? We have to save my payday. I will not.
In order to save your payday, we must go to the town so that we can let the people know. And then we can go save the payday.
But the people at the town were not very nice to us. They did not want to help.
No, not that town. Another town.
Well, why do we think
what
they
do we
will help
do
us?
if they're in their pockets as well? If they run this whole area, I mean, how do we know that sheriff's not in their pocket?
Well,
True.
if they have control of that area, then I guess we do it ourselves.
We can double check for
Why not have the one who does not want to get into fights go to the town and tell them?
You mean let them go ahead?
I'll look over to Luke. So, is that what you want to do there, Luke? You want to run to the town and go ahead and inform them what's going on?
We're all going to go to town, not going in half guns a-blazing without making sure our asses are covered and we are on the right side of this. You go in there and get everybody killed and Sutter killed, it does us any good then. Game over. This whole mission, this whole deal is for naught then. If Sutter's killed, and how can you guarantee that he's going to survive this if you go in there like this? I think it's a bad idea.
That's also the other problem. I mean, if we go to the town and they're in on it, they'll tell their boss, who is apparently the one that kidnapped Sutter, that we're trying to rally troops, and then they're going to kill us anyways.
Let's get to the telegraph office and send back to another branch that we know. And y'all would know that you know some other places where y'all could send a telegraph to back to maybe not like the Texas Rangers group, but another major town, back down maybe toward Gunnison or what's the western Colorado town?
Western Union?
No, that's the Telegraph. I'm talking about the town. Actually, the town south, Durango. Pueblo too. Yep. Several of the area.
I thought that was Dodge City.
No, Dodge City's Kansas. Oh my gosh. No, we're in Colorado. So he's talking about down south toward Durango. Send back that way. At least we can get the authorities on alert in the area, and those who are the true authorities will know what's going on. At least give us that, and maybe give us time to think out more what's going on.
Dang, I think he just insulted you.
Who insulted?
The real authority. My goodness.
Well, so 1 second.
It's
So
funny.
outside of it, when has Thaddeus ever acted like a real authority? So yes, Thaddeus likes the guns ablazing. So the other groups are going to see that Luke gets this, that Thaddeus is all action before talk. He'd rather shoot first and ask questions later, and that's true. And Abby is of that mind, but Abby's been slowly relenting, saying maybe we should. She said if what they saw, there's no way that this group's going to go in there and survive. You'll have us all killed. There's too many guns. Now, you want to try it? Great. But if my father's killed, then no one gets paid. It's game over. And you're going to have to report back to your boss about what happened. Report back to Prater.
I thought that we were going to let them go ahead to do the telegraphing for us.
Yes, but they don't want us going in while they're gone.
She is
Well,
of the
what if we
mind
don't
that she
go
is
in
tired
guns?
she is like, she would rather keep the group together than split apart again, so she can keep her eye on Mr. Troublemaker over there.
Well, then why not
look
just
at him
take
look up over his
Thaddeus?
camera. He comes back over his camera and go, what are you talking about?
I don't see no troublemaker.
She could just
Hold on. Hand me a mirror. Oh, okay. Now I see the troublemaker.
Mm-hmm.
could take
The
Thaddeus
monk-
and the
yeah.
doctor with you, and then me and Padre Alejandro can go and scope things out quietly.
I mean, there's still plenty of wounded here I could tend to while they're gone.
You gotta, and you definitely gotta get the wounded somewhere. They can't be left there. So maybe getting them to exposition, at least out of the elements, because some of them are bad off. Not all of them. They're not just wounded. I mean, there's some of them are pretty serious. Someone's gonna have to tend toward them also.
So the main issue is,
Go ahead.
do we have enough people to actually get the what's left of the cattle that we have
No,
here
You do not.
to exposition?
The cattle you have here is only 20, 30 head, maybe.
Right.
The
But is
main
there enough people to
contingent
get
of it
that
is
20, 30 head back to exposition so that they're safe.
all of y'all combined. It would take some time with the wounded that you're going to have to throw in the wagon, because you have only certain supplies. It's going to be hard, but the question is, what are you going to do with all? You're going to have to do something with what's left of not only the herd, but of the cattle, the drive itself, all those involved, and the supplies and the horses. You've got a few extra horses now because their riders are dead. So what are you going to do with those bodies? So Abby's
The bodies of the horses, because I might have a use for 5 horses coming up.
well, that's fine. You've got horses, but you get the bodies back, or get them buried. But you've got many wounded here that need to be looked at.
We can strap some bodies to horses, strap some bodies to cattle.
Well, we got plenty of horses for the bodies. They each had their own horse.
I'm sure there's no problem with burying them out. out here.
I want to see him try to lasso a body to a freaking longhorn steer.
I just want to see the reaction. That's all.
I know it. As soon as you got it, I was like, "Oh my god!" So
we can put them all to rest out here, and then take the wounded straight to the town, and then handle everything with them. With the
let's just say we can't find some extra help in the town. Who says we can't find that? Maybe there's got to be some hired hands, or maybe there's some people that are willing to step up. We don't know unless we ask.
Definitely not in Dogleg. Nobody's going to help us in Dogleg. They're terrified. They're not going to do anything to
let's get the hell out of this heat. Let's get the hell out of the sun. Let's get the injured to exposition. Let's get there, settle, get our wits about us, and then figure out exactly how we're going to get Sutter back and the rest of the cattle head. Going in guns blazing is not going to be the answer. It may seem like it, but we'll end up killing more than saving. There's no doubt. You can't guarantee it.
I'm not trying to do that. Wait, I'm ready to go to the town.
Okay. What's that, Father?
I have
Alexander?
no qualms.
Yep.
I would take priority in getting the injured to town first before we just leave them here.
Definitely can't go to Dogleg though. So we've got to go.
Okay. So let's get. Abby says that's the plan. I see both sides of it, and damn it, I want to go in there and I want to kill these sons of bitches, but I can't risk my father being killed and not knowing, even who the hell really involved with this Galt, who he is. Maybe we can find out some more information. Somebody's got to know more about this bastard, and we've got to have some more guns. There's just no other way to do it. And she says, that's it. Fine. We're doing that. Let's get to exposition as quickly as we can. Looks like it's a little over a day's ride away. Let's go. Get in there. Send off the telegram. Get the authorities on alert. Let's alert back home what's happening. And then at least we get the cattle settled that we have here in place, safe somewhere, and plan from there. And she says, just do it. Get moving. All right?
I'm sorry, I was not listening. I was playing with the monkey. What were you doing?
Doctor, get with it. Okay, put the monkey away. Put the monkey back in the pants. Okay?
But it does not like it in the pants. He says it is crap and stuffy.
All right. She says, so be it. And she'll start motioning to break camp, get the wounded settled up, get them tended as best they can. Those who really can't ride in the wagon, or they'll make some makeshift lean-tos they can drag, and let's get moving. And y'all head on eastern bound, northeastern bound, away from Dogleg, and following what's the map, and looks like you can see there's definitely, as y'all moving onwards, there's been activity through the area. It's not just all desolate, and it doesn't take long that you'll see a rail line kind of come into play off in the distance, and when you look over and follow it some, then you will see what looks to be a town that is definitely in the distance there, definitely decent size, and you can tell there's also, you can see following along the rail lines and headed out are telegraph lines, the post and cabling.
I'd also try and get the map from Luke, because he seems like a chitty.
It's his map. You just keep your eye out for any trouble.
Nothing. You get nothing.
So we don't get a map.
He's got the map. He knows where he's going. You keep an eye out on the fringes of the cattle. Make sure nobody else interferes with us. Let's get to town. Abby said so. Now move it. Abby gives you a look. Don't. Just let it go.
So what you're saying is shooting Luke would be a bad idea.
You're not going to shoot Luke, you gork.
Just wing him, let him know that I'm serious.
Y'all move into town.
Explode the dice and kill him.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you would do. So Abby just looks at it and says, "Not now, Thaddeus, please. Enough bad luck lately. Let's get into, we're coming up. Let's stick to the plan, and let's see what else we can find out." And she just kind of points ahead and she says, "Head on up. Y'all head. Check it out for us. Let's head straight into the sheriff's office, the law office there, the telegraph office, which will be right next to the railroad's main office station. Let's head in there and get a telegraph sent as quickly as possible without creating trouble." And Luke nods, and y'all kind of, unless something else want to happen, y'all move on out and y'all get into town. And once again, there's activity, but people will stop and look, point, and you'll see some scurry off. You will.
Oh boy.
It's got the train station, and it looks like there's a saloon right next to the train station. Bad spot for it, apparently, but there is. And y'all will see the telegraph guy, train conductor, basically the station hand and all that. He is looking out his office, window, and he basically, he's watching and he's looking, and there'll be a little boy playing around, and he'll look up and see stuff, and you see this little boy scamper off and head down behind a building. And y'all kind of pull up to this train station area where y'all begin to dismount, and all of a sudden you're going to hear a rustle coming up from behind the buildings from inside town, and you're going to see a contingent of men and women, armed, ready to go. And there's one of them, it's led by a woman, and she's got a mean look on her face, and they all basically are looking at y'all, and they are guns appointed. You've got hammers being thrown back, and she says, "That's far enough, Galt. Drop your weapons and get your hands up, or we let the lead start flying. Nothing's gonna happen here in this town. You hear me?" And she's looking at you, Thaddeus. She's looking at Thaddeus.
Since you mentioned that name, we were actually coming here to seek some assistance to go and kill the bastard.
I said, drop your weapons. You've got 5 seconds to comply. She says,
Ma'am, I am a man of the Lord. I do not have any weapons in my hands. We are here. For me to drop my weapon, I'd have to reach for it first.
Get a countdown, 2, 1. It's Matt's in chat's counting down. It's funny.
Órale, señora.
Maybe persuasion roll, Father.
Yay.
All right. You see her. She's listening to you, but she's got an eye on Thaddeus. Because he's the one over there, got the look. And there's a couple of them eyeing the doctor, who's got this monkey contraption, on his shoulders and all that. But she looks to you and she says, "State your business, Father. Who are you and what are you doing here?"
I am Father Alexander Anderson. I am helping a man by the name of Sutter. We're going on a cattle drive, and his group was attacked while we were in town getting supplies. I believe it was by the same person you are fearing, Galt. We have many injured with us. We are just looking for a place to get asylum for them and maybe find some helping hands to go and deal with this Galt. He has kidnapped our boss.
She's looking. She's reading the session. She's looking. She kind of looks over to a couple of guys, and she nods at him to go head over to see where the injured are, and you'll see them move around and kind of go toward the back area, and you'll hear a whistle, and you'll look back, and he's they sure got plenty. These people, something bad that happened to them. This has got Galt's handwriting all over it, ma'am. And she basically says, okay, she's looking at it. She says, my name's Mina Devlin. And we got to be safe around here nowadays with all what Galt's doing. I'm with Black River. I'll run you some catalyst. Yeah, we'll run some Savage Worlds. You're damn right I will. If I survive this. She goes, yeah, I'm with Black River, and we're here. We're part of an enforcer group guarding the railhead and the line here in Exposition. And she goes, Smithy, get over there and get some other hands to the injured, and let's get them over to the doc's office and clear out backside of the saloon, maybe, where they're going to need to get them laid out, and let's see what's going on here. But she says, but she doesn't tell them to drop their weapons. They're basically still watching y'all. And she goes, good father, tell me about what happened here. Why y'all got so many injured?
We went into town to get some supplies, and when we came back to let them know what had happened, that the other town, the sheriff he was in Galt's pocket. But when we came back, the encampment had been ravaged. They only left us about 20 of our cattle. We had many more. There were lots of dead, plenty wounded, and they had taken some of them with them. I wasn't there when it happened.
Sounds like Galt. He's been preying on the local population for some time now, claiming the railroad was behind it. And now say, we'll have none of that, will we, Constance? And she'll look back over, and there's another woman that's kind of camping, but stayed in the back a little, and she she's a little rough around the edges, got a scar running down one side of her face, and she's got six guns both sides, and she goes, that sounds about right, Mina. We, looking at y'all coming in, just maybe there was a mistake. Maybe we thought y'all were part of Galt's crew, but seeing that y'all have had y'all's run in with them, then maybe we should find out where he's at and do something about it, don't you think? How many of y'all's people does he have?
Did you only take the one?
One that we know.
Sutter.
I said, do we even know if he took anyone else? Did she say so?
She did. Never ever said. So all that you know is that she does that definitely with Sutter.
And as I point my finger up to say one, I'm going to reach over and scratch it. It's a little.
You're going to do what? What now? I missed that. Sorry.
Trigger fingers.
Just trigger.
One. I said one that we know of. So and then I'm going to reach over and scratch it because it's itchy.
Oh,
I don't have my head. My guns are still holstered.
So Constance says, yeah, well, that's that's a plan, but we need to know exactly where they're at. And ever since Galt's been in the area, he first rode in, was not much to say as far as what he was doing with his in his group, but then they became more and more brazen over time, and being more antagonistic. But the question is where they're at is the real problem. No one's been knowing for sure. He doesn't hold up for long. And if you're saying Dogleg, which wouldn't surprise me, that's not much of a town anyway. Even called a spit on the map. Wonder if anyone there would know where Galt might be. But
probably the person that's impersonating the marshal and his deputies. He might know, but we asked the general store.
But you said they also took did y'all tell them that they took, Father, did you tell them that they also took a bunch of cattle?
Yes.
Okay, so then she'll ask, well, why don't somebody maybe go track where the cattle went? Would that be a thought?
Well, I was thinking that, but this yellow-bellied fellow here, Luke, just wanted to run and hide. So, I mean, I was going to try and find them, but no, they wouldn't let me.
They wanted to come and get some help first. Senor.
Well, maybe help you found, but now, and she looks to Abby, and, if you're he's saying your father, and these, is all based, y'all are running these cattle up through the area and all that. Maybe you should send some of your, helpful hands and see if they can go track down where the group's at. And she goes, that's fine. But she looks toward y'all, whoever's going to go. She looks to the four of y'all and says, do not engage. Let's find them, and then let's make a plan. Go find them and come back. That's the orders. And I mean it, Thaddeus. You get my father killed, and you and I are going to have words, and I'll win. Trust me. You hear me, boy? No, she didn't say that. Please, just keep them holstered. When the time comes, you'll know when to draw down. Saves time later. You got to head him off at the pass. You got to head him off at the pass. Or Thaddeus just jumps over. He just jumps first, asks questions later. Abby knows.
No.
Abby's not dumb.
I try to ask questions. It's just I usually get shot at, so I have to shoot them.
No, but do not engage. Find
That's
out what
true.
you can and come back and let us know. Then we'll take the plans. And she kind of looks, she says, we're lucky here. We maybe have some help. And she's probably got maybe half a dozen, maybe a dozen. No, actually, sorry. Merritt's got 20 enforcers that she will send. She basically says, okay, we've got a good group that's patrolling the area and the spur line and the town, and I've sent a few off to track on down to the next town, see what's happening as the rail line continues on, because they're still built. Actually, some of it's still being built through here. Okay, and she, their main job was to protect the bandits, raiders, and stuff like that. But now with this and the issue with Galt and using the rail line, she's put him at the top of the list. And she's got a good contingent, but they can't thin their forces. Their primary job is always and will always be protecting the rail line. And so if you can discover and figure out where this campsite's at, where he's making wherever he's making hold up, she's got 20 of them, but she says it's not going to be for free though, honey. And she's looking at Abby, and it's going to cost you, let's say, 50 head of cattle. And I was, oh, Sheila, we don't even have that right now. Well, and Merritt's like going, well, that's, if you've got a herd that's held up, then, maybe that's a fair price. And she kind of looks toward, what do you think, Santia? Does that sound like a fair price? Should we negotiate? I don't know what to do.
That seems too expensive. Back home
Maybe
in
you shouldn't
Mexico,
let your dad get captured
they
in
were
the first
never.
place.
It was never that much money. Vamos a ver. Let's see what we can do.
Give him a persuasion roll. Santia.
Me?
Yep. Okay. So you basically you're giving Abby the talk and all that, and she goes, you're right. And she goes, 25. Merritt, 25. Merritt kind of thinks about it a little bit. Okay, fine. That's fair enough. Situation is that 25 head of cattle will do us good here for a while. And if y'all, but we'll take the 25. Anything y'all find or the gang's got, if we'll get through with this, we won't lay claims to any of that. It's all yours. Any stuff you take.
Oh, and before we actually finish this, do you have anybody who can ride really, really fast and really well to go to the garrison down the road and inform them what's going on also?
You can ride, but they're lackluster confeds. What good are they going to do? Hell, half of them can't even shoot straight.
They're good for cannon fodder.
You could try, maybe. We try to stay away from them. They're half-addled brains anyway. They should have stayed south. They can't handle this mountain air.
I was just checking to see if you could send, maybe one or two riders to, inform them.
We wouldn't send them, but do they? What? Yeah, we can send them. I can ask, but the question is, why would they want to get involved?
No, Thaddeus.
Because getting rid of this bandit will
they don't
strengthen their grip on the air.
We don't want them. We don't want them in the area.
Right. If you tell them that if you tell them that their help could sway, push sway towards the people of the land, that they're actually out for our best interest, maybe they'll help.
Actually, Duff, since Santia is south of the border, does she naturally just hate Confederates?
That's up to you.
Because I don't know if that's historically correct or not.
With the war, after all that had gone on, I'm not even sure they cared for anybody north of the border.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
You play it. You can make that. I'll let you make that decision. Play. She hasn't
run into anyone particularly racist yet.
Well, I have tried to keep the stream a little PC. I don't get myself in trouble. I'm sure I'll step across the line somewhere. So
I mean, technically, the doctor is, because all he wants are monkeys.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
I'm not going down the road.
Oh boy.
Cut. Back to scene. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the channel's been demonetized now.
Yeah, that's right, Catalyst. Yeah, monkeys. Yeah. So, Matt, you don't understand. The doctor has the thing. The Dr. Versailles has he's got to get some ghost rot because he wants to get monkeys. He's going to put the first monkey and man on the moon. And that is his goal. And he's now got a mechanical monkey that he's made. It's an ally. Apparently, I'm being told his new power. He's got an ally, and it's a monkey. It used to be what was in his pants, but the women at the bordello scared him, and the monkey went away.
On the plus side, his vitality did greatly increase after
yes,
that time.
Yeah, that's right. So yes, there are monkeys. Just you have to. Sometimes you just got to go with it, So, yeah, Dr. Versailles is all over the place, but it's Black Rock and monkeys. That's his goals in life. So, all right. So, She'll send a couple of riders, best as she can. Thanks, Wolf Dad. TMI. Well, you can go back and watch the first few episodes. Okay, when they got into Coffin Rock, and the doctor went where no doctor has gone before. So, and luckily had a damn card that got him out of trouble. Damn it, threw me a wrench. So,
well, now he makes the blue pills for Thaddeus.
Yeah, so. He makes little blue pills now. Yeah, now that we changed to Adventure Edition out of regular Savage World rules. So it took a nice little left turn, or, wrong way. So, all right, someone's sending me a text message. Uh-oh. Was that?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, I might have something up. Okay, so she's going to send off. The injured are kind of pulled into town. You will find out there is a marshal, Thaddeus. There is a marshal in town, and he has no jurisdiction over anything outside of exposition, and you can tell he's got almost no interest in tangling with anybody outside the area. And as long as if it's crimes committed outside of his border, he is, unfortunately, nothing he can do about it. He's keeping the peace in town, and he says, I just do my job and I'm told what to do by these ladies, if you know what I mean. So he basically, he reports.
No, I don't know what you mean.
Well, you should learn. Maybe you listen to a woman every now and then, especially these two. So stay on their good side.
Getting rid of bandits that do harassments around the area would keep them out of your town if you killed them.
Yeah, but you can't go. Thaddeus, also by killing and all that gets you in more trouble in the West than anything else. You're just as guilty as the other. Your laws break down out here a great deal. So yeah, you want to shoot first, but you also know that will put you definitely more times than not on the wrong side than on the good side. Just so you know. So, but you keep shooting them up, pal. Thanks for the cheers there, Catalyst. Appreciate it. But yeah, so you try to do your talk with the marshal, and he's got no interest whatsoever. He will continue handling exposition while Merritt and Constance handle the enforcers and protection of the rail lines in the outer areas. Town folks, they're not any help either. Now,
right, I guess we
Dr. Father Alexander, I need some. What is your new? Where is it? Bring it up.
Flock.
What is this thing? They're flock. Okay, where the hell is this thing?
Nah, you can pull it up just out of my edges.
It's edges. Thank you. I'm trying to find. Sometimes these characters.
The main tab.
Yeah, I'm going there. It's the main. It's these tabs. It's just not as intuitive clicking on things as it is.
You would think the main would be the one with your attributes and skills.
But I click on the main tab. I think I should get it up. But no, you have to be just right off of it. It's the graphics and the way they're lined up. They need to work on this rule set just a little bit. It's not as tight as 5e, and maybe it can't be, but they still can clean some of this up, man. So,
the area where you have to click to actually go to the tab.
Yes, yeah. Okay. So you have noticed that the light of above has shined greatly down upon you, and your name and your reputation precedes you, Father Alexander. For you are becoming a legend in not your own mind, but out in the world, and your words travel on the winds of the plains and of the mountains, and there's twinkles in people's eyes, and I would like some rolls. What kind of rolls do I want? Faith rolls. Give me a couple of fate rolls, please.
Fate or faith?
Faith. Do you have faith? Yeah, faith. Sorry, I'm faith. Faith. What am I seeing?
All right. So how many?
Just give me a couple. Give me 2. Okay, that's a 12. Holy smacks, man! What is that so high for? How did you get that? That's just crazy.
That's where most of my stuff went. I didn't take an extra edge and level up.
Starting power points. Okay, so you're gonna have roll me a d6. Okay, well, yeah, why don't you just max that roll for me? So we've got 5 town folk. All right, Catalyst. We will check you later. You can check you on a stream coming up, my friend. Thanks for watching and sticking in. We'll run some we'll definitely get some some Savage Worlds going another night or on the channel. Maybe we'll work something in co-op. I'll reach out to you later about it. Yeah, you've got 5 townsfolk that are listening to the words that come from you and are just overtaken by the word of the Lord and believe that it is their duty to help you rescue Sutter, to ride with you for no other purpose in life seems a better cause. There you go. He's got a flock, folks. 5 town folks. Oh my God. Let me get rid of him. I'm going to pull out. We don't need Wilcock. We don't need the deputies. All right. And then, oh, come here. Town folk. Holy moly, there they are. We got town folks.
I'm glad y'all have come to see the light. Come follow me and help spread the word of our Lord across the land.
They're slightly deranged, folks. We've got them making of some of our first cults, possibly. the cult of Alexander.
Boy.
A cult of Anderson, right? All right, so you've got...
I thought he was just going to call it the Vatican.
The Vatican, there you go. We're going to...
No. We are the Iscariot organization.
The what?
The Iscariot.
Iscariot. Okay. All right, Iscariot. Yeah. All right. Alrighty. So Thaddeus. So Doctor was. The father was doing that. A couple of guys took off begrudgingly to go see if they could do anything with the Confederate soldiers. Who was going to go track? See if they can find out where the hell's
that would be me.
Itchy trigger finger. Okay. And so, and Abby comes up and she counts your bullets. And she goes through stuff and she goes, I don't want to see you missing many of these. You hear me? I mean it. Keep those dog legs holstered.
I'll pull the cotton ball out of my ear. What was that? What? Huh? What?
You heard me, son. Okay.
Speaking of that, the doctor will come up and he's going to mind link with Thaddeus. Hello? Can you hear this?
Cotton goes back in the ear. Real deep. Real deep.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Why? +1? That's weird.
Do I get like a roll to resist that or something?
Let's see. If you want to resist it, I believe there's a way. Let me check.
Spirit roll or vigor or gut roll?
No, it has to be willing. So if he's not willing, it won't work.
Yeah, not willing to have the doctor in my head. I gotta hear him most of the other time, but not willing to have the doctor in my head.
How long is the doctor in your head for?
30 minutes at a time, with a range of up to 5 miles.
Oh boy.
Well, fine. I could link you to Santia. Would you prefer to have Santia in your head? It doesn't have to be the doctor.
Just gonna hear random ramblings of Spanish in his mind.
Yeah, no. I'm fine. I'm fine without anybody else in my head. I got plenty.
Oh, no,
He's got
that's
plenty
good. I
of
don't want to
voices,
be in
trust me.
anyone's head.
He's got plenty banging around upstairs.
What are you talking about? Trying to connect to someone's mind?
But it is not that bad. Would you like to see?
Ay, Dios mío.
So yeah, I'm going out to track. Who's coming with?
Okay.
It's just gonna be me.
I don't know. Doctor, I think Father Alexander is tending to his flock and the wounded, helping out there. Father,
tracking.
Dr. Versailles, what are you doing in town? Are you going to harass people? Study? I'm sorry, harass is not the right word. I apologize.
He'll probably go around and let people pet his monkey, the usual stuff.
Mechanical monkey folks, just trust me. You gotta understand what the monkey means, okay? Okay? He's got a mechanical monkey on his shoulders. Hey? Let's be clear. Okay, so so maybe you're teaching it, maybe you're playing a little music or something like that and the monkey does some tricks, maybe, Doc? Maybe?
Sure.
For the kids? It's all about the kids.
One of the little crank music boxes on the stand.
Yeah, maybe you made one of those. There you go.
Here's the main question: does it have a wind-up crank on its back, and does it have cymbals?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
And he's got a 10-gallon hat on the ground for change for tips.
There, yeah. It's a true 10-gallon hat, and it falls over. He's trying to make it stand up, and it just keeps laying over on its side. Okay. And he finally just rams it straight down, and it makes a flat, and so it's like 5.5 gallon, right? Oh, gotta laugh.
8 and
3/4. There you go. So, all right. So Santia and Thaddeus, are you two riding out? Is that what y'all are gonna do?
I can't do much tracking. I don't have tracking unless that's condensed into something else.
It's condensed into survival.
I do not have survival? Surprising. Why don't I have survival? I thought I had that.
I thought you were a badass mamacita.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't have survival. I thought I had survival.
Did it change on the rule set, maybe?
It used to be tracking, but actually it's now all wrapped up into survival.
Huh.
Which I thought you actually had survival.
I did had tracking before I changed it. I did have that. But
traits. Yeah, there's not.
Let me have a look-see.
Let's take a look here. Traits. Athletic, common, fine, gambling, guts. Notice, riding, stealth. I don't know.
Survival. Yeah, I should definitely have that.
Did it get?
But am I over something? Do I have too many?
I'm gonna look. Yeah, let me look real quick. I
guess I do know that survival isn't one of the ones we were given off the bat.
Yeah, you got your 6 attributes. You got 20 skill points right now.
Is that about as much as
I'm looking, see what everybody else has got. Dr. Father's got 19, Dr. Versailles got 18, and Thaddeus has got 18. So you've got 11 skills compared to their, Dr. Versailles got 11 also. So
you also got to remember that will also change if she's got one that's over her attributes. Because remember, it's 2 for over.
Now they're all equal. Well, they're not all equal,
But I think she
too.
point one of her advancement on skills as well.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what I did. But I used to have tracking. I do remember that I did have tracking. But,
right. Maybe you didn't pick up survival after the switch over.
I guess not. So.
Oh, well.
So I guess I'm the only one going tracking.
You're going tracking. I mean, I have riding. pretty good at that.
God help us.
And gambling.
Well, there isn't. So there, yes, it's under survival now.
Yes.
Yeah, tracking.
It's actually survival now.
Yeah, it's survival now. So that's probably why. So you lost it. Probably needing to pull survival over. I'm looking at it right now. I'm just seeing what it is. All right. All right. So you're not going to try to head off with them. You're going to stick back in town, right?
I'll stick back in town. That's fine.
Dear God.
Everybody's everywhere.
The tiny tornado is going to go
I
off
guess
on
I'll
his
keep
own.
an eye on the doctor so he doesn't cause too much trouble with his monkey.
Mechanical monkey now. Let's get it straight, folks. Let's make sure. Let's run people off. Hear him playing with his monkey. Okay. All right. So y'all do that. And Thaddeus, you're going to...
That was a euphemism.
You're riding off back toward the last place where the attack happened, and then you were told that they were headed off. They headed off west.
As I'm leaving town and out of vision of Abby. No, what's her name?
Which one? Abby's the leader of it.
The one that was counting my bullets. I'm going to take bullets out of my belt and stick them in my pocket so she doesn't see them.
She already counted them. She already knew how many you had.
Right. So I'm pulling some out of my belt so that it looks like I've used some, and I'm going to put them in my pockets.
He's trying to rustle her up.
He's messing with me, and you know what? So this is where the DM says, "Oh, you died." Okay. Well, so you got some bullets. What are you doing, though?
I am going to see if I can find where they...
Let's see how hard I want to make it. It shouldn't be too hard for you to find the trail. There's still 1,000 head, possibly, moving westward. And... you will slowly but surely begin to come upon and are able to track a wide swath of hoof prints and cow pies, your favorite, as you move along. And it's about a day's west ride, and you then begin to notice as you're headed off over the horizon line, there is a set up as a mountain, another little mountainous range in front of you, and the trail actually begins to move down into a canyon ravine area, and then it heads on out. But you're going to have probably, I'd say, 80, 100 feet, maybe 150 feet sidewalls. You've got some tree line, you got a few sparse trees, but then you're seeing the actual cattle head are going into this ravine area.
Okay.
It looks like you've got some time. You see going, you basically sitting off, and you see the trees, and you've got the ridge line on both sides, but then it goes and it curves off. You can't see all the way down it, but it definitely looks like the cattle has been taken in to the start of this opening of a ravine, which you may think could be some type of box canyon. You're comfortable enough knowing what you see.
I will dismount, tie my horse off into some trees so that it's mostly hidden.
All right.
And I will sneak my ass down that ravine as sneakily as possible.
Sneakily as possible.
Would you like me to roll stealth?
Oh, no, you got Saw. You're dead. 1 second.
Oh, perfect. He died. I have a card for that.
I'm sure that you do. Mm-hmm.
No, I do.
You actually have to be with me in order to use that card, though, I think.
It doesn't specify. It just says any player.
Oh.
He hasn't died yet,
So
but hold on to
even
it.
if
Hold on to it,
Thaddeus
Doc.
dies,
He's going to be a Harrowed. So the question is, do y'all know what a Harrowed is? Yet.
In game or out of the game?
In game,
In game.
no.
In game.
I have no idea.
Mm-mm.
Is that
I don't
like a
think we've
living,
met any.
dead?
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
I say outside of game, I mean, they're basically the undead.
Yeah.
They're kind of
Somewhat.
like an
Y'all haven't
anti-quest.
you haven't
Yeah.
run into one yet. Yeah, well, that you know of. So, yep.
Well, I don't know. We saw one riding a horse that one time.
That's true.
Leaving Coffin Rock. Yeah, that's true.
And he
Which
smelled
I
really
still
bad.
swear looked like the sheriff from Ghost Rider, but you know.
Might as well have been. I mean,
Possible. It's a possibility. So anyway, Thaddeus, here you are. And
Okay.
every square is about 10 yards. I was trying to stay on top of the deal over there. They're saying I want 10 yards, not between the two force, maybe actually 10 yards. It's off just a tad on my squares then, but the map didn't sync up. But basically, we're playing them, you've got these side walls and you see a canyon and you've got bushes kind of lining on and off. And, you've got some rocky ledges and there's plenty of places up there where anybody could hide.
All right, I will make my way forward stealthily to there.
You begin to move and you're going to see, let's see here. And then you will notice up ahead, and you lose some dust line and all that.
And you said these walls are how high?
I'd say probably definitely 100 feet, if not higher up. Pretty good sized
Does it
canyon.
look like there could be anybody up them?
Anywhere, at any spot up there, there probably could be somebody.
I'm
You're
gonna
not seeing
see
any
if I can
movement.
see anybody?
Yeah, go ahead. You can roll.
Okay, I will roll my notice here.
Yep. Nothing's catching your hand, but what you're seeing up ahead looks like the beginning of the mouth entrance. It's basically thinning out. The walls are thinning in.
Okay, I will make my way to this edge here and look
Okay.
around.
All right, what you're going to see is this. You'll see some rock, and you're going to... There's definitely... You're going to see a canyon move in, and in front of you is a rope line. And it is draped over between the two. There's several rocks and some boulders, and they see this long rope, and it's got some wood hanging down from it. Hanging. Basically, you're kind of seeing it's a makeshift fence, and you're hearing off in the distance. You probably could see some more. You begin to see up and over some rocks and all that. You'll begin to see some makeshift tents, some lean-tos. You see some more trees, and you're hearing definitely lots of cows, lots of mooing.
Okay. So now that I've got confirmation that our cow is here, I'm going to leave.
Okay.
As stealthily as possible.
Make me a stealth roll out of there, buddy.
And head back to, the city. Would you like me to roll a stealth check? I
I want a stealth
roll.
roll. Yes, I do. Okay. Tiptoe to the tulips.
I will make my way to my horse and beat feet back to the hell's that town's name?
Exposition.
Where everybody else is at.
Exposition.
That's it.
Exposition. Okay. All right. And you take some time while the doctor's gone. So, Father Alexander, what are you doing with your flock? You've got 5 raptured in your to the sound of your voice, throwing petals on the ground as you walk, listening to every word that you speak.
Oh, of course, while we're waiting for Thaddeus to come back, we'd be just going around preaching the word of the Lord, talking to the townsfolk, tending to the wounded still, making sure everyone's good and dandy.
That's right. Play for it. What's going on, man? You see a exposition. Dr. Versailles, what are you and your mechanical monkey doing? Anything trouble that you're wanting to get into?
Well, unless they sell ghost rocks or monkeys here.
You're pretty certain they don't.
Let's
but
see,
the kids are enthralled with your monkey. Your mechanical monkey.
Kids are fine.
It's kind of sad that he's got to specify that it's mechanical.
I'm making sure mechanical. And just okay. So.
And I'm the Catholic.
Exactly. And Santia, you get a little once over twice. The Constance and Merritt, get to know you a little bit better, impressed, they give you the go, basically it's the beginning of the woman movement. Woman, hear me roar. Okay. And you keep your wits about you with all this testosterone. We know who really runs the group.
As I get back to my horse, I'm going to unload half my bullets out of my belt and stick them in my saddlebags.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Okay. And you're going to head on back. Right, Thaddeus?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm heading on back.
All right. So Thaddeus heads on back to town, and you will ride on in, and what do you do?
I will inform the townsfolk that I have found where the
town folks don't give a damn.
Is.
Town folks don't care.
No,
whoever it is that I've got to talk to.
Yeah, you better remember. No, Mr. Smarty Pants. No. You're supposed to remember these people's names. I'm the law.
Candace?
Mm-hmm.
I will inform them of
Constance and Merritt.
Constance.
And Merritt.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got some merit to her, huh?
What did you see? She doesn't take any lip from a man like you. They want to know. Give a report. What you saw? What did you see?
I saw the camp. I heard the cows. Didn't quite get close into the camp to see how many there were, but it's definitely a camp, and they've got it roped off for a corral so that the animals won't get out.
What about lookouts?
I didn't see any. It's in a box canyon. So
I
looked around as I was in there. So
what about? And so Abby comes running in and seeing that you're here, and she can catch part of this. Did you see my father?
No,
and then she will confirm.
Get too close.
Yeah, that he's got 3 more of the higher. There's 3 guys missing that they've gone through the dead, and those are wounded, and there are 3 cowhands missing. So she's assuming that Galt's got
her father.
plus her father. So, yeah. Okay. So they've got 4 of them. And
is she counting the 2 that are in jail in
no.
Dogleg?
No, totally forgot about them. So
technically we've got 6 missing.
Yes. Actually, there's 2 more. Yeah. Yep. We're going to have to go get them out. So Constance says, well, we'll take it. Then let's, knowing where they're at, we'll bring a show of force into Dogleg and we'll just beat the son of a bitch down. He shoots him,
As I get force of power on my horse, I make a point of pulling back the trench coat to show the empty bonus thing. And
you're just antagonizing her. What, does she fall for it? Does she fall for it? Where's her stat sheet? I need her stat sheet. She says, you're wanting me to believe you shot that many bullets. What'd you shoot him at? You're showing me your belt for a reason there, son.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Play For, thanks for the sub, man. Thank you very much. Officially welcome to the rejects. We'll take rejects. We love them. We're all rejects in our way. Cyber, what? Thaddeus and Abby? Yeah, he's been gunning for Abby for a while, but she blew him off at the very beginning, and he's held a grudge ever since. So,
If I remember from the time the doctor made the beans, she swings for the other team.
The beans, yeah. we know she's got a girlfriend somewhere else.
Yes, indeed.
Yep, she's thinking about a female somewhere else.
She has a lady waiting for her somewhere.
Yeah, she says, really, so you're, I see that you're missing a few bullets off the belt. Why so many, Thaddeus?
I just wanted to lighten my load so that I'd be a little bit quiet as I'm walking. They're just in my saddlebags.
My father was desperate, and Prater really digging deep in the barrel for his hired hands. They truly are rejects. Okay. We have the wounded are pretty much shored up, taken care of. You're going to get, you've only got about 10 of y'all. You got about 20 of the enforcers, and we've got 5 of the flock for the good Father Alexander.
And 1 mechanical monkey.
That's right.
New friends.
Yeah.
Which actually has a stat block in the thing you'll have to pull out. It really is actually a combat creature.
Where is it? It's on your...
It's under constructs in the NPC bodyguard.
Oh.
Unbelievable. Are you shitting me?
It actually only has enough power to run for 30 seconds at a time, but that's all it needs.
Construct bodyguard?
Yeah. It even has an edge on there, if I remember right.
I just put it in the combat tracker. We're gonna have to get a monkey, mechanical monkey. Someone find me a picture.
A mechanical monkey. One of these days.
It's got to have symbols. It's got to have symbols.
The symbols. There you go. Nicely done. I had my Mr. Monkey. I still got him, I think. My mom still has my Mr. Monkey. And my lassie. I had my lassie since I was 2 years old. Don't make fun of her. Still got her. She's boxed up somewhere at my mom's house.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. My favorite stuffed animal ever. Ever.
I have a little one that my mom made for me too.
Yep. Still got her. Okay. So then that is the plan. So we've got enough. We think that you've sent off telegrams. The riders will come back from the Confederate fort, and they want nothing to do with those who shot up some of their own. And
they shot first.
They,
How dare
they said we've got no interest in bothering ourselves with the local matter and all that.
So what I'm gathering is they're yellow. Gotcha. Or is it yellow?
They're not here. You're yeller. You're yellow.
They're yellow.
All right. What are we ready to ride out? You've got to. So you tell them what you see, but you have no idea. There's some type of a camp there. The cows are in this. It's definitely a box canyon of sorts. There is, you didn't see any guards.
Any lookout?
Not yet. Yep. But you don't know, and it is what it is. And so Constance will get the enforcers up. What do your townsfolks? They're just not bringing their good looks, Father Alexander. Do they get something? Do you have to purchase something for them? I mean, are they just going to?
They have the clothes on their back, and I must supply everything else. Which, due to all the dead we have plenty of horses now, so I'll let them borrow a horse each. And then
I'm assuming
I'm sure there's. Did they take all the weapons of the people they killed, or did they just kind of run around, shoot everyone, and round up the cattle and leave?
Yeah, y'all have got some. There's some extra firearms, certainly. Yeah.
Okay. They'll each get a firearm and some ammo.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, some basic 6-shooters. So not sure how well you'd want to. I mean, unless you're trying to put them with rifles with no training. You get a look from Constance and all that going, you got to be crazy. Keep them, give them some firearms, but keep them close quarters only.
I'll train them with the shooting later.
Well, yeah, later on, not right now. You're talking about later. Did you just say,
right, after all this?
I'm going to say, holy
I'll
moly.
Better later.
I'll send them over to the doctor to get outfitted for all their clothes, too.
Oh,
yes,
God, no.
Oh, boy.
5 townsfolk with the
glitter trench coats, shiny shinies.
See, 5 townspeople with double-barrel shotguns with shiny bullets.
Yeah, how much can you conjure up at one time?
I've invested nearly all my 25 power points in the random stuff.
Yeah, but but the question is, how much can you conjure up, and how?
I have to invest the power points, and I can't recharge them until the object
stuff gets used. Okay, so I need you to track. Yeah, I need you to track up your inventory, pal. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, because the doctor's about to get all used up here.
I was gonna say that's why I had to switch over to actually having a gun on this build because it eats up all my power points.
Okay.
And other stuff.
I thought the doctor got all used up back in Coffin Rock.
He did.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like all these little pills he's handing out, until we use those, he doesn't get those points.
And that's what I thought. That's why I was one ass. So there's 2 pills, and then there's a hat right now, and the monkey.
Yes. Altogether, I've got, let's see, 1 pill has 3 of my points. Both pills have 3 of points. That's 6 of them. The monkey takes 3. The hat takes 2. And that leaves me a grand total of 14 between my lab coat and my actual helmet.
Okay, would you don't put it in Discord for me? Put it in a note in the actual Fantasy Ground note section.
In my powers, I have them all listed with how many points are invested in everything.
Hold on, son. Powers. You create them here. Okay.
Yeah. I have to. That way, when
that makes sense.
Activate them, I have to roll the activation thing.
That's what okay, good enough. Okay, so. The double tap. Well, what's that? Wait a second. Whoa. Little blue pill for Thaddeus. Okay, I see what you're doing. Summon allies. What you just did for the monkey. Oh my God! What the hell are you? Where the hell are you getting all this time from? You
They
mad
changed it instead of it
freakoid.
taking like an hour or whatever.
Golly.
It takes 6 seconds to whip up one of these now.
Wow. He's like the doctor's like he's got these saddlebags just full of stuff and he's waddling around. You know, he just and basically stuff just falls out of his saddlebag as he's walking, just bits of trinkets just falling off, and he, you know, as he's concocting things. Holy
just grabs some dirt, a plant, crushes it up. Here's a pill.
Yeah,
that would be the MacGyver one, and I haven't taken that yet, but that's coming.
It's coming.
MacGyver's fun. It's a lot of fun. I miss it from Wednesday.
Alrighty, so the group will head out. We have got a contingent. And you will make your way toward Dogleg first. And y'all will point out to where the makeshift sheriff office is at. And she goes, thanks, Wolf's Dad. We are we're getting ready to wrap up here. We will be back. We appreciate you watching. We'll be back next Monday. That we will going to wrap here in a second. The big fight will happen next Monday. Dun dun dun. So y'all walk up, and Constance and Merritt will flank out the enforcers and move on up to the sheriff's office with y'all. And Thaddeus, did you want to take over from here? Did you want to say anything? He's quiet now. He lays out on me here.
No, I think I'm all right. Except for corruption does not stand, and you know
he's gonna let the women really do the hard work here and actually get something done. See, that's how it works.
Oh, I mean, if you want me to shoot him, I can do that. It's not a problem.
No, it's usually you're going to, throw out your taunts to tell him to come out. No, he didn't want to take over. He didn't want to do it. He just didn't want to go there on me. All hot wind. So Constance and Merritt they will knock on the door, and the enforcers will circle the area, and she will tell the deputy or to what's his name
Wilcott.
Wilcott. There, I was just going over there to get out here. Galt has seen the last days of his life upcoming, and if you know what's best, you'll turn over the men you've got and skedaddle out of here before we take the real law in our own hands. We can't let them leave because they'll go back and warn them that we're coming. So we should probably either A, lock them up, or B, kill them. Well, they still have the black. Yeah, so the railroad wants to make sure, unless it's absolutely necessary, because it will affect and bring down scrutiny on the area for what they're trying to do. You are correct. She says, maybe I got a little hasty. We'll put them in the jail cell and lock them up until the real authorities can come take them away. And Wilcott, in the beginning, is a bunch of bluster and all that, and I want to punch him. Well, he didn't come outside. He's unless you want to go inside. So they're just yelling into the building to come out, and he throws up some hot wind and all that. But shortly after that, you'll hear a scuffle on the backside, and some of the enforcers will have gotten the two deputies, tried to go out the back, and the enforcers cocked him upside the head. And so Wilcott's in there by himself, and he finally relents, and he comes, he opens up the door, and he's got his hands up, and he's, cursing, this is not how things are supposed to go. Damn it. And I'm just trying to line my own pocket some. And he will let y'all take them. And you'll get the 2 cowpokes in the back who have, they'll manage, but they've definitely been roughed up a little. They got some black eyes, busted lips. They got beat up a little. And they'll give you the report, what you thought was pretty certain. They rode in, were making their way over to the general store, and there were probably about half a dozen guys at the time there, and one of them thought, basically, we looked at them funny, and they, didn't think it was funny, and they started a fight, and the sheriff basically came up, slapped both of us, and put us in jail, let the other guys go. And then when they saw y'all riding in, they sent off, there were 2 more here, they sent them off. And so if you're worried, I think you're chatting about them knowing, but they'll let you know. They maybe already know y'all are around. So, yeah.
Well, they know we're around, but they don't know that we're coming for them.
No. Well, what happened is when they saw y'all come in, they sent the other 2 off, and that is what precipitated the attack on the herd. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Now, y'all get those 2, and I'll calculate this all up because I have to make some NPCs. We're about to ready. We will possibly look at a combat tracker that's going to be out of control. I've got to figure this out. I'm thinking that we're going to do it similar, somewhat what we did on the Deadbeats. You guys are going to have control of, you've got some minions, you'll have some of the enforcers and all that, because there's going to be, it's a large scale battle. It's about to take place. But y'all will pull into the canyon area. Holy moly, God almighty.
Both Father Alexander and the doctor cast stun. Game's over.
No.
I only have 6 of those until I run out of powers.
Yeah, something like that, Matt. Yeah, okay, Corral. It's going to be silliness, though. Thaddeus. All right.
We're gonna have a lot of going on.
If we make it to legend rank, and I get enough perks, every battle will be a large scale battle.
Yeah. Okay. So I got to figure out the rest of everybody and get to the place. But y'all are in y'all at the beginning of the canyon area. Thaddeus has told you general what he saw, but that is it for the moment. And we will hold right here until next Monday, where y'all can finish planning out, and we will have a showdown, high noon, in the Box Canyon. Bad News Box Canyon. How about that? Womp, womp, womp.
It'll
That's
be
right.
great. Thaddeus can eat his little blue pill, and he'll be ready, and...
I actually was thinking about that.
Oh, boy.
The best part is he doesn't tell us what any of this does.
No.
Not till you use it.
That's the fun part.
Alrighty, I've got... Oh, wow. This is... Okay.
Every game's Russian roulette.
We'll figure this out. I need a monkey. We've got to get a mechanical monkey for that token. And then I've got the encounter. I've got their encounters. I just got to get y'all's the remainder. How many y'all got enforcers and the henchmen? The cowpokes. We've got a handful of them. So we will hold there, folks, until tomorrow night. We will be back for Waterdeep Dragon Heist as we continue on with that lovely module. I am thoroughly in love with that one. I have to say, I want to run that one again soon. Thanks, Playforth. I appreciate everybody watching, Matt. Good seeing you, Matt. You've got Cobalt coming up. So for the rest, so Monday we'll be streaming. I don't think the only possibility for us coming up is I'm headed to Colorado Springs to help run some games up there at Cobalt Con from the 26th to the 28th. If I am wiped out on the 29th, I might hold for us that Monday night, but we'll play it by ear. It depends how much of a Matt's bitch I am, what he makes me do. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hadn't been up there in a long time. We're going to run some of the Battleground games that we're doing tabletop, and then we're going to announce here on both channels, our channel, my channel here, but on the Blackwood channel, run stuff there. I'm just trying to figure out how to do. We're going to do some 4-on-4 PvP online with Fantasy Grounds, these games. And so 8 people in Discord plus me has got nothing but mayhem written all over it. But I think I've got it figured out finally how I want to make extra rooms in Discord so that players can have your own little conference room to chat and then come over and then discuss your strategy. Matt's already created the map for it, so I've already digitized that. I've created a bunch of encounters. There's encounters. It's kind of like basically capture the flag, PvP kill, get points for, and there are encounters. So you have monsters you can face when you move to certain areas on the map, and you get points. And basically, after the 2-hour gameplay, whoever has the most points wins the game. And we're part of our organized gameplay. We're going to actually have cards that you can get while you're playing to actually up the ante for what your character gets. You might get a magical item or a boost or something like that, and so those will be able to be influenced during the game. And I'm thinking about running a tournament of this that we may do like a charity tournament. Have teams, maybe 6 teams, and we'll basically have like a tiered structure, and they kind of play each other, and maybe we'll raise some money for a charity, and then it'll have to run over several weeks. We can't do it in one day, but maybe we can set up where the teams can battle each other over a month's period, and then have the finale who basically, the best records, and they battle it out one more time. And I'm going to change the rules up. Matt's not going to like this, but I'm going to change the rules up a little bit as you're playing. Things will become harder, or there'll be things that you can't do during the first initial of the games, but they'll change. Kind of like if you remember the movie I used to love called Rollerball, the old James Caan movie. I don't know if y'all, some of this movie, dating myself here, but I think that movie's awesome. But as the games...
there's actually a remake of Rollerball.
Yeah, but don't acknowledge that one. No, don't acknowledge that one. That one was horrible. I didn't like that one. I thought I own the original one. And I think that Unlocks, yeah. But I wanted to where basically things get worse for you. Things become more randomized, and can control and actually be dick maneuvers, what I call them, to each other, and cause problems in the game for you, and it becomes harder. Basically, that's what happened in Rollerball. Is they wanted to try to get him out of the game. They made things more difficult, and they got rid of some of the rules, and basically made it more bloodier. And so, I'm thinking Battlegrounds could be just that platform if Matt will let me. So
sounds fun.
I think it's going to be fun. I was thinking about talking with Josh and the Dungeon Dwellers, maybe 4 of them, talking to Ascension Stories, Matt and Sarah. There's 4 of them. We get 4 over here, or a couple of channels, a couple of groups from here, Play Forth or DM Catalyst. Maybe they've got 4 that would play, and we got plenty of channels, and even the Blackwood, or on the Blackwood side, we could drum up 4 players. We've got some of the industry people that we're going to be running some games for on the Blackwood channel coming up, and position this, and then raise the money that we do, all the cheering going on. But I'll throw a little money into the pot to say we'll play for each team has their own charity, and whoever wins, basically they get some money for their charity in their name or whatever. So that's what I'm thinking. Try to do to blast off and run over, maybe it's a month of games, in particular a couple of days a week that people can get together and play and go like that. And I'll reach out to everybody. We'll send out some blasts on that. I'm gonna finalize and get everything run for Cobalt Con, and get those games done. I think I got like 5 or 6 games we're gonna run up there, plus doing all the other stuff, and helping out where I can. And then we'll come back and we'll start that off. Plus I've got to plan the Thursday night or Friday night game, Saturday night games, where we're going to do an industry game, and some other stuff, some old D&D modules converted to 5e, things like that. So anyway, enough of that. My rambling. Thank you for indulging me. Thank you to guys. Y'all playing. Great job as always. Our Monday Night Crew and Deadlands Pew Pew. It's a good one. Still learning it some and trying to basically add to the modules because they're missing just a little bit, like 5e. We need a little bit more stuff here. But we'll be back tomorrow night, Tuesday night, Waterbeat, Drap and Heist. Be here, be square. Take care. Thanks for watching.
Good night.
See you later.
Bye, everyone.
Night, everyone.